folks! Welcome to the last video of our GenCon 2014 preview. I'm Tom Vasel.
We made it! I'm Zee Garcia. How you doing?
We didn't make it till this is over. Alright, we're starting with teas, so we're going to jump right into this, and at the end of this video, we'll talk a little bit about GenCon 2014 overall. Tasty Minstrel Games has City Hall. Now, City Hall is an interesting game because the guy who made it tried to kickstart it, I think, twice, and it didn't do.
Really?
But then Tasty Minstrel kickstarted, and of course that succeeds. And it sounds like a really fun game about being in charge of a city hall. They're also going to be demoing their Bomb Squad game, which seems really interesting, about being a squad to take bombs out, cooperative style game.
It's real time too, from what I read. So it's a game in which you are
sweat pouring down your face.
You are cooperating.
Red wire or green wire.
Well, the thing's messing with your mind because it's counting down. It sounds very interesting.
There's a new company, the Flux Capacity, and
they have a few games coming out. I know there's two especially that sounded pretty cool to me, and I was looking forward to seeing while I was there. And one of them being Zombie Island, which is a game in which you wash ashore on this island, and you are playing tiles to move your little character around. But then the other player or players, when you flip a tile that says there's a zombie on there, they'll start chasing you down, and so you gotta explore the island and come back to the beach and get out of there before they catch you and get you. It sounds like a good, clean tile-laying game. I liked it. And then the other one that I'm really interested in, even more so, is one called Gone Viking, which is sort of a ridiculous name.
Hey, I've gone Viking.
It's like Gone Hiking, but Gone Viking. And the reason I'm interested is because it's a trick-taking game. And as we were talking about diamonds on the last one, this is a genre I really like. And Gone Viking sounds like a cool trick-taking game. You are going out there and plundering and bringing back some stuff, but you got to be careful because the what is it called? The Jarl, the boss, basically. When you come back, if you're the one who brought back the most stuff, he's going to take some of your stuff. So you want to be the one with the second most stuff, so that they take from the other guy, and you keep everything of yours. It sounds like a really neat game, and I'm looking forward to those too.
Well, you've got me interested now. All right. Twilight Creations, known for zombies, has their 13th expansion for it. Zombies DEFCON Z. I've given up on when they're going to finish because they already had one called The Last One, and that was obviously a lie.
Like 8. That was a while ago.
They also have Zombies Dead Time Stories. And they also have Jupiter Rescue. Now, that was at Origins, but also at GenCon. And as much as we make light fun of zombies, if you like zombies, that's great. But Jupiter Rescue is a cooperative game. Excellent game. I really enjoyed it. It's kind of it's a little puzzly, but the theming in it is really cool, and it has a mechanism I really enjoy where you have these special cards, but you can take one special card, and that becomes like your ability.
Yeah.
And you can use it all the time. And that's such a neat concept.
Brilliant little twist. And it's the kind of co-op that I like because it's simple but puzzly. It makes you think it out. It makes you puzzle this game out. And we played this some time ago, and I really liked it. I'm looking forward to getting my own copy at some point.
Then we have Two Penny Games, and they have the Amberden Affair. And apparently in this game you are servants going around and doing your tasks that you're supposed to do, but one guy is trying to mess that up. He's an evil servant messing things up, so you got to figure that out.
Okay, sounds interesting. This one I don't know too much about, but that's a great premise. I got to check it out.
Upper Deck last year teased everybody with this green game. What is this game going to be? Their new Legendary games, and now we know it's the Alien Deck Builder game. It's called Legendary Encounters. This is going to be, can you use aliens? It's its own game, like Marvel Legendary, but they're semi-compatible, which means they're not meant to be compatible, but if you really want to, you can mix them.
Right.
I don't know. I know there's some differences. I haven't played that one. They're also going to be doing the Legendary Villains, which I really enjoyed. Very much enjoyed that game.
I don't know. I don't have the Legendary Superhero one, so I think this might be the one for me. Because I already have other superhero games, and they kind of do that job, but this looks like Aliens is a great theme. I love those movies anyway, and taking that system and doing it with aliens, this might be the one that I'm finally in with.
Well, we'll see. USAopoly has this new series of games out called Tactics. They have Tactics Halo, Tactics Pirates, and Tactics Walking Dead. I think they're compatible with each other, these games. They also have Bang the Walking Dead. This one, folks, really came out of nowhere for me.
I know, it did.
I wasn't expecting... I thought we had already talked about how Bang had been kind of replaced. There was the new Samurai Sword game, and then there was also Bang the Dice game. So Bang, no one's really playing anymore. But when you add the Walking Dead theme, which is super popular to it, I think this is going to sell.
It has the artwork from the comic book,
It's going to sell. This is going to sell.
It made me do a double take. And I'm kind of done with the Bang card game. I like the dice games fine, you know. But, yeah, I looked at it and I'm going, ooh, Walking Dead Bang. That looks cool. And, the artwork looks very nice. I think you're right. I think it will sell.
Then they have Munchkin Adventure Time. And I'm really confused why that's with USAopoly and not Cryptozoic, who has the Adventure Time, and Steve Jackson has Munchkin. I'm confused. But anyhow.
It's getting messy.
Then we have Voodoo Bunny, who's making Incredible Expeditions, Quest for Atlantis.
This was a very successful Kickstarter that...
Sounds like a movie title.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it because it's very cinematic. It's a game in which you are traveling around and you have it's very steampunk inspired kind of game, big footprint kind of game, and it sounds interesting, very Amerithrash kind of game, but from a new designer, a female designer actually, I forget her name right now, but the game looks like a ton of fun. It's very thematic. That's the idea, and the artwork is whimsical and fantastical and steampunk-ish. So neat game. I don't think it'll be there for sale. I'm pretty sure it's a demo because I don't think the Kickstarters have gone out yet. But check it out. Look into it. It's very cool.
Wattsalpoag Games, which stands for With All This Talent Sitting Around, Let's Put Out a Game. Did you know that?
I did. I forgot every word, but yeah, every letter of it.
Eric Summer taught me that. Okay. Anyway, they put out some really cool games in the past. They might have switching tracks there. You'll recognize these guys because they're wearing the very colorful Hawaii shirts. Wizkids. Well, they're going to have lots of Star Trek stuff, and they're going to have lots of Star Trek's Attack Wing, and they'll probably be showing off the Dungeons & Dragons Attack Wing, and you'll see people there with drool pouring out of their mouth.
Which don't slip on the floor.
They'll have hero clicks everywhere where people will be lined up. Oh, what new hero click stuff is there? And they'll probably be selling Dice Master stuff, and you'll have people there, get me out, I can't find it at my local gaming store. Yeah. So I imagine that booth will be crowded. But Star Trek Fleet Captain's Dominion! Woo!
Do you think they'll have Dice Master stuff there?
I think they'll have Dice Masters from the first set. The second set's been pushed off to like October or something.
From the first set, but it's still deeply out of print as of right now, yeah?
But it's coming back in. The third printing was supposed to hit. I wouldn't be surprised if they have. I'm not claiming they'll have it, but I think they would have it at GenCon.
It's got a big crowd at them, yep.
And our last company, the last name in gaming, ZMan Games. He's lucky. I would make some company that like... Oh, I thought you were the last name. All right, ZMan Games probably has more than this, but the 4 games that I have for them are Tragedy Looper, which is a time-traveling card game, Pandemic Contagion, which is not an expansion for Pandemic. It's a different game in which your virus is trying to destroy the world, and actually sounds a little like Smash Up, in a sense, where you're trying to play cards and destroy something, working together, and at the same time against each other.
And it's reversed, where you're the virus. Instead of trying to help, you are... Yeah.
They'll also have demos for games like the Pandemic Dice game. I'm sure they'll be demoing that and such. Chimera will be another game. That's a Euro-style game, I think, that they will be selling there.
Chimera is that's the ladder climbing game. Kind of like Teach You, but
that's right.
Only
it's the
for 3 players.
Only 3-player one. You're right.
Sounds interesting. I like little card games like that, and it looks cool. I'll check that out.
And the one I'm really pumped about is the Battle at Kemble's Cascade. Had a chance to play a pre-production version of this at Dice Tower Con. Really enjoy it. It's you essentially you're a spaceship moving around, shooting at the big spaceships coming down at you. But you also, if I shoot you,
Oopsie.
sorry. It's a very fun game, and it lets you upgrade to, you know, Missile 1, Missile 2, Missile 3. I mean, I love that sort of thing.
That's cool.
And so, very excited. And that is 10 pages of stuff.
There's a ton of stuff coming out of Gen Con, and this is stuff that will most likely be there. We're not even talking about demos of upcoming Kickstarters. We're not talking about things they haven't told us yet. We're not talking about all the stuff Fantasy Flight's going to have that we have no clue about.
But that people will wait in line 90 minutes for.
Yeah. It's just an incredible amount of games coming out, or things to at least witness and play with.
This coming weekend, we're going to be posting a podcast of the Dice Tower and the Secret Cabal, and I'll be listing the 10 games I'm looking forward to most in that episode. However, Z's not going to be on that show, so he's going to talk about some games that he thinks are hot right now.
Yeah, and I'll give you a few here that really grabbed my interest. I'm not going to rank them or anything. I'm not doing a formal 10 through 1. I'm just going to throw out some titles that I'm really looking forward to, and that you should probably look into if you're unsure as to where to direct your attention. Some of these games I've actually already played, and I already know I like, but you might not have played, so look into it. All right, let's get started here. Abyss, I have not played. That's a Bruno Catala game. I'm going to go check that out. It looks stunning.
Bruno Catala could put out a box of rocks and Z would go look at it.
Because it'll be awesome rocks. Five Tribes is also from him, but Days of Wonder, also very gorgeous looking.
I'm sensing a theme.
It'll just be Bruno Catala games. Check that out. Days of Wonder rarely disappoints. King of New York, of course, is going to be a big, big hit. Go check that out from Yellow. Argent, the Consortium, which is from Level 99, a big game from them. And hopefully that's there. We're not quite sure if that's there for sale or not. But if it is, you should look into it. Or go check out a demo. Looks great. This is from Asmodee, Lords of Zivit. And again, that is the Himalaya reprint. You might not know what that is, but it's an old programming game now set in the world of Seasons. There we go.
I'm sure that world has a name.
They have Dead of Winter. Now, this will be there, and this is going to be a blockbuster, which people cannot stop talking about, so go check it out. Plaid Hat Games, Dead of Winter. This is a little one I'm looking forward to called Shinobi Clans from a little publisher. And it looks like a simple card game, but the thing that did it for me was the artwork. It's sort of a bluffing game. You know, you play cards face down and hope to either assassinate some guy you're going for or protect him, depending on what a secret card tells you. But the artwork is stunning. Shinobi Clans, check it out. I'm looking forward to the Legendary Encounters Aliens game. Again, I like that system, and I like the superheroes, but I think Aliens is going to really do it for me, so check that out from Upper Deck. Imperial Settlers from Portal is a heck of a game. We've played it already. It is a great medium to just slightly above medium kind of Euro game. A lot of resource management. Light game, though. The mood of the game gets you in, and then you realize you've got a lot of game to chew on. Check it out. I think this is going to be a huge hit. Imperial Settlers. Alien Uprising from Mr. B Games is a co-op game that I know Tom has gotten a chance to play already, but I have not played. And it's from Richard Launius, whose games I tend to like. And the theme sounds great. Co-op, fighting off aliens. I'm there. I got to check that one out. Alien Uprising. And then lastly here on my list, Among the Stars, which again I've played for a long time because we got it from overseas, but now that Stronghold Games is picking this up, if you haven't played, you owe it to yourself to play this amazing card drafting game. Just perfect. I mean, you got to check it out. And there's a lot of other little things. You know, we got Gun Viking looks cool. Samurai Spirit, the Antoine Boza game I haven't even talked about yet. It's a lot of stuff. This Gen Con is going to be massive, and I am so excited to go, man.
Well, what do you think will be the hit of the convention?
The hit of the convention will probably be King of New York, I think.
Maybe Dead of Winter.
Maybe Dead of Winter, yeah.
Wow, there's a lot of...
I mean, it's so much.
Yeah, I mean, as I'm looking through this, and there are some games, and I'm like, wow, I think, for some people, there's some games they'll be running, like Battle for Five Armies. There'll be a lot of people like, oh, yes. Lord of the Rings.
Five Tribes, Days of Wonder,
right.
Gets attention. I mean,
and Panamax is probably the big heavy Euro game, so people will run for that one. So either way, it's going to be a lot of fun. Now, we'll mention this in some other videos, but we want to let you guys know that we're going to be there. We're going to be, I believe we're going to be at booth 1609. We'll have a little Dice Tower booth for the Dice Tower Network. Now, if you want to say hi, we may be there at certain points. The Dice Tower Network's going to be spread. We'll have a schedule there of when different people will be at the booth. But I will be there the first hour of every day, for sure.
Okay.
So from 10 to 11 usually, I think, is when the hall opens, or what have you. I will be there during that time frame, so if you want to come by, we'll be selling some promos there. You can get the poker chips, the one that, here's the slow person poker chip,
player,
which
star player.
We played a Give a Power Grid, threw that slow player chip around a lot during that game. And the target too. We'll also have the Dice Tower playmats and a promo pack for the Sheriff of Nottingham game. And we'll be there to say hi. There's some events. There's the Dice Tower Live show, which is 8 o'clock on Friday evening, if you get a chance to come for that. Now, tickets for that have gone out. Everyone's got them, but not everyone who gets those tickets actually shows up. Right. So there should be room. If you come by, hopefully you'll get a chance to come and watch us make fools out of ourselves.
Absolutely.
And the rest of the time, we'll just be going around and doing different things. And we'll be tweeting if you're going to be involved, if you're interested in this at all. Check out Dice Tower News and Dice Tower. We'll be tweeting different things. Dice Tower News. I'm sorry, it's Dice Tower _ news. And on the Twitter feed, that will be all news all the time. Dice Tower will be more like, here's what we're doing. Hey, look at us. Here we are at this type thing. So hopefully that's one way to keep up. We'll also be updating our website, Dice Tower News, with different things that we find out there, because a lot of the news is announced there. Fantasy Flight does a ton of news. And so anyhow, we'll see you guys soon enough. Hopefully, if you're at GenCon, I always say this every time, come and say hi.
Yeah.
You say, but you were talking to Bruno Feduti. Who cares? He's just a dude. You're just as important as he is.
Some guy who made a bunch of games.
Okay, well, but really, never hesitate to come up and say, hey, I hate your videos.
Yes, absolutely. Come on up and tell Tom you hate his videos.
In the comments below this video, tell us what game you think will be the hit of the convention. What game you're looking most forward to. And until next time, I'm Tom Vasel.
I'm Zee Garcia.
And you've been watching Dice Tower.
Have a good one.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.